So here we are at Constantine's place in Boca Raton, Florida, and we are standing in front of this gorgeous tree, which is a breadfruit tree. And you show us, like, there we are with the very last breadfruit of the season. So we have this gorgeous tree, and breadfruit is a type of tropical fruit that I think is an ultra tropical, and so a lot of people have problems growing it, in Florida because of it being more sensitive to temperature than a lot of the other tropical fruits. And so, could you just share everything you know about this particular tree, when you planted it, how you've gotten it to be so healthy, and and of course, how you've gotten it to the point of producing fruit?
Well, with all pleasure. Well, this tree here, it was planted in December 2016. My good friend gave this plant to me. He had bought one the year before, and he told me he bought a breadfruit tree. I said, how could you buy one breadfruit and didn't remember me? So he gave me as a gift. So this is what this gift has become. So come December of 21, this will make it 5 years old. It bear for the first time last year in May 11 young breadfruits but it didn't hold any of the breadfruit. But then it gave me hopes that it has something in the future. And really, 2021 was really the year, because this is since June. There were over 20 odd breadfruit up there. They didn't even come in single this time. They comes in doubles, in twin breadfruit on the limbs. So it was laden. But before to get to that stage, it was kind of overcrowded. If it's a tree, if you allows it, it will grow out of proportion. So I had to do some cutting back so that air could pass through it. And this is what it has becomes right now. So if you look at the trunk of those things there, I kept keeping it that way, managing it to my level, and this is where it's at. It's not overgrown. The limbs are very spacious, and for the future, it's going to have quite a lot of breadfruit. I think this year it only shows you, based on the growth of it, that every limb there will be producing breadfruit in the very near future. It's one of our favorite staples back home. I'm from Jamaica, and Jamaicans know this fruit very well. It's in many countries, Africa, and those places. It grows well here in Florida, because at this very same spot, in 2008, I planted one the very same place that it was. And if we recall, it was that year when we have that freeze. I didn't know about protecting it, but it was a long freeze and that one died. But here's the replacement. This is a good replacement, because it has come to produce in such fine ways that the 15th of June this year, we were having our first sets of breadfruit for our Sunday morning breakfast. And we in back home, we do breadfruit and ackee and saltfish. Ackee and saltfish, that's our national dish. You can't want a better combination with breadfruit, whether you're going to bake it, whether you're going to cook it, or you're going to roast it. Breadfruit is one of our favorite food stuff back home. And so it does well here in Florida. This is in South Florida, Boca Raton, to be exact. And it loves water. The more water it gets, the more it produces. And you can see how healthy this plant really look. Right? So quite a few people ask, could breadfruit survive in Florida? And this is in response to one of our video enthusiast who was asking where Constantine lived and if breadfruit was able to grow there. And this is a resounding yes, because breadfruit and many of the other tropical things do well in Florida. And this is one of them. But the more water it gets, the more it's going to bear and produce bigger ones. Next year, this size, I think, will double up, right? And I should be giving away my friend Chris one of these breadfruit, because if I'm inviting you home for a breakfast or a dinner, or to really enjoy your bread, I like them when they are turned. This is in a matured state, but I like it when it's turned, and then you bake it. And if you're one that like it to fries it like chips with your ackee and saltfish, and we give you nice tea to drink with it, you're gonna love it. Ackee and saltfish and breadfruit, one of our favorite serving back home. So, breadfruit tree, I want to advise you to get a breadfruit tree, and if you will never go with empty. You will always be having breadfruit. It's beer. It's the latter part of the summer right now, and if you look at it now, there are even young ones. A late crop is putting out right now. If you look up there, you can see blossoms up there. So by December, you will be seeing. All right, here's we call this the breadfruit baby. So it's only telling that this is what to come in for the next season, the late crop that is supposed to come.
So I'm seeing that you're air layering some limbs up there.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that you have a lot of friends that want to have their own tree, right?
Oh, I can tell you that because the chap, my friend who gave the plant to me, when he told me what he pays for one, someplace further up in North Miami there, and I said, but we have the method of doing this. So I said, you know what? Let me do this now. So by December, this will be fully rooted. So I'll just put them in pots. And of course, we will have it available to ones who may need a breadfruit plant. Because if people see that this is it and they don't know that it will be something in the auction very soon. So, yes. You can never go wrong with breadfruit, man.
So just to see if I got it right.
Yes.
First off, you have a great location here because you've put in a lot of compost, many truckloads of compost years ago. And,
good soil.
And so it's really rich soil.
Yes.
The South Florida soils in general are not very good.
Sandy, too sandy.
Except for in Constantine's yard. It's like, this is heaven for them. So you got that. You have a fairly protected area because of the fence when it was really young. So it didn't get much wind. And then when it does get cold, do you try to cover it at all or not?
Well, once, I think why I lost it in 2008, because I didn't know that covering would be the answer, and it was maybe my first year living here. It was the first year, so now that I've studied the climate and everything, we have not seen a cold spell that took place since '08, but it's very compatible right now.
So
this is out of arm's reach right now where cold is concerned. The smaller one may die, but not at this stage. These are fully developed plants.
So if you had, when it gets bigger, then it's more cold tolerant.
Yeah.
So if you had a small breadfruit tree and you were expecting cold, what would you do to protect it?
Well, if you have some of those big thick black bags, like I have some big thick black bags there, you can cover it. If it's already in the soil, if it's in the pot, you can take them inside, just like how you protect other plants, like the tomatoes.
So you cover it with bags?
You can cover it until the spell is off. But once that the spell is gone, it's off and running again. Yeah.
Well, that's great. As I said, it's really a beautiful tree, and
It
it's so
is.
nice that you're finally able to grow your own breadfruit.
Just like that. Yes. Oh yeah, and I know that we're going to get a lot of calls about breadfruit plant because once people find that this is it, and we have quite a lot of Caribbean people and people from Africa and many parts of the world that really knows breadfruit and enjoy breadfruit because tourism is big in Jamaica, and when they go there, they are offered breadfruit as part of the diet there. It's one of the favorite dish there. Ackee and salt is our national dish, and this is marriage to this very said fruit here. It makes a nice soup if you're making soup and then cut it up, put it in soups, and it has many different things that you can make from it. You can make even dumpling with it. You grated it, put it with flour. It's just you have dumpling again. It's breadfruit dumpling. Yeah, so people, we are creative. This is a very creative plant, creative fruit. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It's last time that we were here, I think this tree was very small.
Very small.
Very
I can
small.
show you.
And this is just.
This is what it has become.
This looks like it should be in a botanical garden. It is just gorgeous.
And what I see, because I know from back home, the breadfruit tree that is on the ocean edge, they strive. Anywhere you drive in Jamaica along the ocean edge and you see breadfruit plants, because the roots reach out deep, far, and it get up all of those waters there, man. That's what it needs, Because
So it does okay with salt, I guess.
Oh yeah, the salt. Yes, very, very good, very good, very good, very good.